In this video, I wanted to do just a little demonstration and an experiment about Land Rover wipers, and you're probably wondering why I've got two wiper arms and two gearboxes or wheel boxes in the vise. It always seems to be a problem with Land Rover wipers, but while I've got this set up, I just wanted to show you the difference between the later type of wheel box, which was in the TD5 and Puma, and the earlier type was just a round hole. But whilst I've got it set up, I wanted to make sure you can see this, that the gear on the older one is smaller than the later TD5. This one's 44mm, as you can see, and this one is 35mm. And I've just set up a rack just to show you the operation. But you'll see the smaller one. You can see this smaller gear here will move further than this one. All right. So what I'm leading up to is this: if you change this, you've got to change this inside the wheel, inside the wiper motor as well. Now, I haven't seen one for a TD5 or a Puma, but there are two different part numbers for this wheel and this arm. So I'm thinking that this arm is either a different length or the pin is in a different place to get the gearing right. Otherwise, if you put the TD5 style wheel box in place of the original, you're not going to have much of a stroke on your windscreen. Can you see what I mean? See how it works? There isn't much of a stroke on there, but it's all to do with the gearing. So the next thing I'm going to show you, I'm going to take these apart and I'll show you one of the two things why these go wrong. Over the years, there have been lots of modification to these wheel boxes for wipers, and same with these adapters. They've gone through certain changes. The spline has remained the same, but it's one or two things I'd like to show you. First of all, let's have a look at these wheel boxes and see if we can have a look at the shafts. You can see on this one it's got a flat onto here, and then it's perfectly round. If you look on the later ones, they actually put a dimple in the back for the grub screw, so it wouldn't go backwards and forwards, if you see what I mean, and it give a better grip. And the later ones come with a 10mm screw and a spline, and they're pretty good. So that's a problem solved, and we're not bothered about that. What we are concerned about is these adapters. Now, in the early days, they were made out of aluminium as well as steel. The aftermarket ones were absolutely hopeless because the threads used to strip out in here, and also the splines used to strip out. So I have seen aluminium ones on, so the steel ones are the ones to get. However, the newer one, well, the 300 TDI and earlier, had a little grub screw in here. Now you can start to see the problem when we offer up the grub screw to here. It's not, I don't know if you can see that, it's not very deep, okay? So if you offer up this particular type here with a little little drilling in here to accommodate the grub screw, what you'll find is that this grub screw is going in so deep there is very little thread for it to grab onto. So in the early days, or in the old days, this is an old one, unfortunately I haven't got a newish one kicking about, I used to put a hex-headed bolt in, which was a lot better than these, because these always kept coming loose, whereas these you could nip them up with a pair of pliers or whatever and it would be tight again. So this was actually not a bad idea. Alright, this did work. And you're thinking that's probably going to get weak. They don't. These are hardened steel, so they're not going to break off. Which makes the problem that you can't drill this type out and put a dimple in for the little grub screw. So that's a little problem. So if you can get the right combination, it's not too bad. Okay, so you want steel adapters with a hex nut, preferably in stainless. These wheel boxes, if you don't want to go through all the trouble of changing this and this combined, then try and get this type with a little dimple in and use that steel adapter with a stainless steel hex nut, and I bet you won't have any problems. Make sure this, I always put these on new because the splines on them are absolutely pathetic. They're so finely cut, and again, if we look inside a wiper arm itself, the spline is into aluminium. It was just pathetic. We have a lot of problems with these in Canada, and I got this message from a chap called Timo in Finland. Probably it snows there too, who knows. But once you get build up of ice and snow on your window, these fail miserably. All right, these do fail. So it's not bad for light snow on your windows, but once you start getting snow that's been overnight and it's frozen, it's hard to get off. Clear your windscreen first. Don't rely on the wipers. So we've seen as well on the bench today, this is a brand new cable. I always fit new cables when I do the Land Rovers, anything to do with the wipers. And I do convert a lot of these over to left-hand drive. I try to salvage as many parts as I can. What I do is, this tube here, this actual assembly came out of the scrap bin. I don't know why, I don't know what's wrong with it. The motor seems fine, but the linkage was all bent. So I make new tubes and use the brake flaring kit to put the new ends on, because these have to be straight. You see this has got a kink in it? There's no way on earth that is going to work properly. So this has to be nice, smooth bends, and this has to be nice and flat. You just can't get away with bends. This cable will kink and jam in here, so it's really important to get smooth wiper operation. The motors, never had a problem with one. All these years, I've never had a problem. I've had problems with some of the bushes seizing up in the back of here, but that's because it's never been used. The other thing that we get a lot of problems with is the wipers not parking. And the problem is this little switch here. This switch fits into here. Your wires go on the back, your 3 wires go on the back of here, and then your main plug plugs in. And all it is there's a little pin in here. Can you see that little pin? That pushes in and out on a little cam wheel inside here. So when that wheel turns around inside, there's a little wheel, a little cam that lifts up and down, and it tells this when to switch off. So when you've switched your wipers off, there will be still current live until the motor turns a full circulation and hits that pin, and then it will switch the current off, and that would be in its parked position. There is nothing to adjust on this at all. These are relatively cheap. To be honest, these are Chinese copy ones. It's marked LAP on it. I don't know what that means, Lucas Auto Products, but I've had the genuine ones and these cheapy ones, and actually they look almost the same. If I had an option, I'd go for an original one, but the cheap ones are, well, cheap, and they're quite easy to replace, because all you do is there's like a little C-clip here. You push it in, and that clip here hooks under this piece here, and so you can't go wrong. Just if you've got your smartphone or anything like this, just take a picture of where these wires go on, because you could get them mixed up. But everything's written in the manual, or it's all online. So that's a little bit about wipers. I think we've covered just about everything. You can do modifications, but like I say, you can't do partial modifications. If you fit these, you've got to file out the bulkhead to get these to fit. Alright, so there's a lot of filing to do. I don't really know why they did a flat shaft. I can't see the torque twisting that much, but maybe I'm wrong. I have been wrong in the past, so maybe that's the reason why. And don't sort of forget to get them all complete. This was a genuine one, but get them complete with all the grommets and everything. Don't just buy this shaft or take them off the car and then throw these bits away, because you need all these bits and pieces. Lengthwise, just about identical, no difference there. But like I say, check out this. When you buy a new wiper motor, funnily enough, it doesn't come with the wheel or the crank here, so it's worth making sure if you're going to replace the wiper motor, to buy the crank that goes with the wheel boxes. Alright, so I think we've got that. If you like this, and or if you've got any comments or any suggestions, anything you want to know, just drop me a line and I'll try and get back to you. I always reply to everybody, and if you've got any questions, anything, feel free to ask. So please like, subscribe, and pass this on to some of your friends who might not know anything. They're still a bit confused about things. Alright, we'll see you later. Bye.